I know all your little secrets. The secrets that you try to hide deep inside. I can see them when you fight. You think yourself better than your cousins, but you are worse. Give in to excess, to perfection and infinite beauty. Free your soul and do what needs to be done. Nkari knows how to turn elves around. It is his favorite thing to do. And he will not rest until all elves are under his control. People always talk about the new factions and how OP they are, but our boy thing here was always there. Like every monogod lord, he is an absolute menace. His army is only there to applaud him. Magic. Check. High speed. Check. Extremely strong in melee. Check. Nothing can compete. Nothing can run away. And he heals once a unit is fully destroyed. An absolute nightmare to deal with. But Slaanesh troops are nothing to sleep on either. Yes, they may be glass cannons that you constantly have to micro. But once you find the right spot, everything just keeps flowing. Daemonettes are a perfect example of that. On their own, if they get charged, they fall like me when I have to write a script. But if nothing charges them, and they come from the back, well, the low damage spear archer lines from the High Elves get turned into goo. You can accelerate the process with your Slaanesh Chariots. Yes, once you forget them for a second they are dead. But if you charge anything but spears, boy oh boy is it beautiful. Beautiful like our faction mechanics. Nkari is all about dominating your enemies. We start with a cultist that are immediately sent to foreign lands to establish cults. With cults you can influence other factions. Once you influence them enough, you can subjugate them, turning them into your not so voluntarily vassals, which give you money and access to even more troops. The fastest way to do this is to build a cult magus, or magnus, I don't know. These are enhanced cultists that get even more powerful effects, like this one, that boosts our relations by an ungodly amount, making them beg for vassallation.
I am most intrigued to hear.
But these cost money, which we don't have, and thralls, that you get from battles. With thralls you can also spawn trash armies in a region with enough Slaanesh corruption. They are nothing special, but with support from Nkari more than enough to work on Eltharion. One thing I forgot to mention is to keep Nkari away from missiles. When you face the shooty High Elves or Dark Elves, zigzag your way to victory. Never be too long at one place. Strike and move, so they will always reposition. The AI is stupid like that. And charge with your speed demons while they panic. I present to you our first proper vassal. I left him a small little kingdom, because I am chill like that. And I also want dragons. I like dragons.
I can taste your...
Look who's arrived. He and his funny walking brother banished my goat once, which is not cool. I would crush him in an instant, but looking at his territory, it is well developed. It would be a shame crushing him back into tier 1. And I don't want to have only access to spearmen and archers. We have to play with our prey a bit.
It is agreed.
Slaanesh will not only steal your troops, but also your heart.
You will fight for pleasure now.
After every meeting with Tyrion's army, we leave them a little present that they think of when they go to pee. I mean, we gain more influence over them. The thing is, we need to keep the lords and heroes alive. Which is easier said than done, because Nkari sometimes two-taps squishy caster lords. If they survive, they keep generating. If they die, there is no influence. One lord that refuses to die is Tyrion. A high-level Tyrion is a force to be reckoned with. He's one of the few lords that can step up against Nkari. If he gets low, he just heals. Or if he stands in infantry, well, let's say infantry will not stay there long. For such cases, it's always a good idea to destroy his army and hunt him down after that. Looking around, we see that Tyrion not only loses to us, the Dreadfleet is causing havoc on my donut. They wipe the west. Vampire corruption is not as pretty as Slaanesh corruption, so this can't stand. We sent our new army to deal with that, but they aren't fully Slaaneshi. The later Nkari campaign, the more cool units you get from your vassals. Right now, we only have basic high elf archers that are still a menace with their high range. Also, in case our lines break, we have in my opinion the sexiest chosen unit. I love their devil horns, they look so sick! Tyrion joins my harem, and with him, Tyrion and Elariel that we snatched up, we cleansed the rest of the donut. Next step was to try and help save my little Mormor, but she kinda got wiped by the Lizardmen and Grandma. Of course I let my anger out on the Lizardmen for that, because I refused to fight Ostankia and her hexes. We got our boy some new toys, that he don't really need, but I love me some pets. This little ice bird right here works really well with Steercar, debuffing their speed even further. And dragons are dragons, which makes them automatically cool. Mazda has this annoying habit of blasting my units with spells, and being a fat toad, which doesn't really fit the Slaanesh aesthetic. That's why we must get rid of him.
Abyss yourself before me.
The cowardly Bretonnians smelled that all my armies are busy elsewhere, so they started a surprise invasion. Good that I saved my regiments of renown for that. This is peak human evolution. These bad, I don't know, boys, hunt large targets for sport. The cowardly, stupid, horse-loving brats lacked the power to break through our thick chosen lines. They face champions of Slaanesh. Sexy, depressed, corrupted dark elves that are surprisingly really cool. Anyway, we crushed them and beat them back across the lake. After that, we had more than enough money and thralls. And we did what we do best.
Baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink.
Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.